Right now, it's an amazing time to buy a pre-built PC because most of the Cyber Monday deals are still here because of the Cyber Week. So if you're thinking of buying a system in December, maybe for Christmas, this video is going to be for you, and I do believe that right now is the best time to buy. I will go over every budget and every resolution, that way everyone gets a system, and I will also tell you what you can expect out of these PCs, that way you understand the level of performance that you're getting when buying one of these pre-built PCs. You will have the links to all of these PCs down below in the video description. With that being said, let's start. With the first PC, we have the cheapest one on the list with the HP Victus 15L. This one has the i5 13400 alongside the RTX 3050 going for $600. It's on a $300 discount, so if you're working with a really tight budget and you want a 1080p 60 plus FPS on average gaming experience on high to ultra settings depending on the title, this one is going to be ideal for you. Not only that, but instead of being $600 after applying a 5% coupon code that you will have in the description, it's going to be around $560, which is an amazing price. Once again, if you want a PC for starters, that's going to do an amazing job with most titles. And if you want to play games like Fortnite, Valorant, and these type of games, you will be able to achieve over 144 FPS on average. Therefore, you can get a 144Hz monitor and take advantage of it. With the next one, we have the Skytech Gaming Shadow from Amazon. This one is $800 and it comes with the Ryzen 5 3600 and the RTX 3060. You also get 1TB of SSD and 16 gigs of DDR4 memory. The RTX 3060 is much faster than the 3050 when it comes to 1080p resolution, so if you want a 1080p gaming performance of 80 plus FPS on average, once again high to ultra settings most games, this one is going to be a much better option than the last one, but it is about $200 more expensive. But if you can afford this one, it is going to be a faster choice for 1080p. And then if you even have more money, you can max out your 1080p experience by going with the Omen 40L. This one has the i5 13400, but for the GPU you get the RTX 4060, which is going to be a max out experience at 1080p resolution. There's no game that you can't run 60 plus FPS on average, even the most high demanding titles. But for the most part, you will be getting much more than 60 FPS on average in most games. For you to have an idea, on a 15 game average at 1080p high to ultra settings, the RTX 4060 was able to average over 90 FPS, and we are talking about a test where really high demanding games were tested, for example The Last of Us Part 1. And then on that same test at 1440p, it was able to average over 60 FPS. So if you want to start playing at 1440p and you want to buy a new monitor, or you already have a 1440p monitor, then this system is going to be amazing for the price of $1,030. But let me tell you, I do recommend you clicking on customize and buy and changing the SSD to 1TB of SSD, and then applying a 10% discount coupon code that will be in the description as well, as I mentioned before. And then the total price is going to be $1,025 and you are going to get more storage, so it's cheaper and you get better features. For me, this is one of the best price to performance PCs on the video. And then if you want to play at 1440p with no issues, I do recommend you as a starting point the Skytech Assure 2 for $1,300 with Ryzen 7 5700X and the RX 7800 XT for the GPU alongside 32 gigs of DDR4 memory. The RX 7800 XT is a much faster GPU than the one I mentioned before, the RTX 4060, and for you to have an idea on the difference between these two, on that same 15 game average I've mentioned before at 1440p, where the 4060 was able to average 60 plus FPS, the RTX 4070, which has essentially the same rasterized performance as the 7800 XT, was able to average 102 FPS, so that's a 40 FPS difference on average at 1440p. This is the sweet spot for 2K resolution. So if you have less than $1,500 and you really want to play at this resolution, high to ultra settings with no limits, this one is the right one for you. With the next one, we have two configurations of the same system. I'm talking about the Omen 45L with the i7 13700K and the RTX 4060 Ti, but I do recommend you changing the GPU here. Just click on customize and buy, and you are going to have to choose between the RTX 4070 for the graphics card or the RTX 4070 Ti. The RTX 4070 is about 15% slower than the Ti version, so if you want faster performance, get the 4070 Ti. However, the 4070 Ti is a much much more expensive upgrade, and the 4070 is going to be enough for 1440p. If you don't believe me, I've tested these exact same specifications with the Omen 40L, and you will have that video in the top right of the screen where I do a full review plus benchmarks. So trust me, the 4070 is enough. So you're going to get about the same rasterized performance as the last PC, but you get the Nvidia features, and I'm talking about the DLSS 3, a better level of ray tracing, and on top of that, the total price when you upgrade is not going to be $1,620. It is going to be, since you apply the coupon code I've mentioned before, it's going to be $1,458, which is an amazing price for the i7 13700K and the RTX 4070 on a pre-built PC. As I said before, I've tested this PC myself and it's great, but if you want a better GPU and you decide to go with the RTX 4070 Ti, the total price after the coupon code is going to be $1,700, and it's going to give you maxed out performance at 1440p resolution. So if you want everything on ultra, 60 plus FPS all the time, even in the most high demanding titles, and you also want really high FPS in most games, then the 4070 Ti is going to make sense for you. With the next one, we have the Skytech Chronos 2 for $2,200. This one is much more expensive than any other PC I have mentioned, but that's because this PC is designed for 4K resolution. You get the Ryzen 7 7700X for the CPU, which is a great CPU, and then you get the AMD Radeon RX 7900 XTX for the GPU, which is the second fastest GPU on the market. This GPU is designed for 4K ultra settings, so if you want a 4K ultra experience and you do not want to spend anything over $2,500, this one is the right system for you. You also get 32 gigs of DDR5 memory, which is going to be amazing not only for gaming, but also for streaming, productivity work, and content creation. Honestly, I think this one is a great deal if you have a high budget, because most people do not need anything more than this for gaming at 4K, let alone 1440p. If you have a 1440p monitor, I highly recommend you going with the 45L I have mentioned before. You save a ton of money and it's going to be more than enough. If you have a higher budget, you have a 1440p monitor, and you want to eventually upgrade to 4K resolution down the line, then this Chronos 2 is going to make a ton of sense. And with the best one, in my opinion, is the Omen 45L once again, but this one is the maxed out specification model. You get the i9 13900K and the RTX 4090, which is going to be amazing not only for gaming on ultra, because this is one of the best CPU and GPU combos for 4K resolution gaming, but also for streaming, content creation, and productivity work. And what makes this PC so great in my opinion is the pricing, since not only it's on $1,000 discount and it's $3,000, but after the coupon code that I have been mentioning throughout this video for the HP products, is going to be $2,700. So you are getting a system with the RTX 4090 and the i9 13900K at a better price than a PC build right now. Actually, the 4090 is having issues with the pricing, and trust me, getting a PC build for $2,700 with an i9 and a 4090 is not going to be possible by the time that I'm recording this video. So yes, it's really expensive, but if you have a high budget, you want the best of the best at 4K resolution, and I'm talking about gaming and other productivity tasks, then I highly recommend you buying this one, since you get it at a lower price than a PC build, as I said before. I do recommend you upgrading the RAM to 32 gigs though. It's going to cost you around $50, which is not a lot considering you are already spending $2,700 on a system. And then if you don't have more money, you can go with the Skytech Prism from Amazon with the i7 14700K, the 4090, 2TB of Gen 4 SSD, and 64 gigs of DDR5 memory. In terms of gaming performance, you are not going to notice a difference between this one and the Omen 45L, and the 45L is $800 cheaper. But as I said before, if you're a professional creator, you may want to consider this one or the same one from the Skytech website with the i9 14900K, and that's the main difference between this one and the Amazon version. Once again, if you're a professional creator, you may want to consider this one, but it's $4,400, so very expensive. But if it fits your budget, then go ahead. Remember, I'm going to update you guys with the Christmas deals and also with new PCs in the description throughout the month. But if you're thinking of buying a PC in December, I think right now is the best time, because you get this type of deals, which some of them are actually better than the Black Friday deals, surprisingly. Thank you guys for watching, thank you for the support, and I will see you on the next one.